1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch. Switches a called strike three.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good sunny Tuesday afternoon. This is our Erie Insurance pregame show here from Castleton as it's Region 1 softball on the air here on your live event on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko, and this is our Erie Insurance pregame show. For more information, you can go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com for all of your insurance requests. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros are taking some infield here as they get ready as the visitors on the scoreboard. It's the first time this season the Burros will play in back-to-back days to get games, and it's the same for Central Cass because quite honestly, the month of April was atrocious for anything outdoors, and now that you flip the calendar from April to May, able to get aboard and finally get to play some games for the visiting Burros. Just their fourth game on this season, coming off a 16-6 win against Enderlin in 5 innings yesterday. Their 2 losses, a 10-run game at Hankinson and a 10-run game against Northern Cass, 14-4 and 19-9 in the month of April. Their season opener on April the 21st. Their next contest after this game for the Burros will be Thursday, May the 5th, down in Enderlin. On the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels, the Squirrels at 3-1 on the season. They won their first 3 games. Their season opener, a 14-1 win over Enderlin, where Sinner and Payton Nelson each hit a home run. Then a 2-run win over Hankinson on April the 26th, where Sinner had a 2-run walk-off homer. A 7-3 win over Kindred to wrap up April, but then the Squirrels lost at Kindred last night, even though Payton Nelson hit a grand slam. The Vikings came back for a 6-5 win in that one, so that is the lone blemish here on the Squirrels' record so far this season. This is our Erie Insurance pregame show. Still to come, we'll get to our starting lineups alongside the opening pitch in Castleton, and we'll just tell you how good this area in Class B softball has been, with Kindred Richland, with Central Cass, and Enderlin Maple Valley all in this particular region, even though Enderlin is separate this year. Those are the only teams that have won a state softball championship since it was sanctioned in the early part of the 2010s. We'll get to that on our Erie Insurance pregame show as well. This is Class B Region 1 softball.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Everyone here at the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts would like to take this time to remind parents to teach their children how to be responsible and stay drug-free. By late elementary, many children know of a classmate who smokes, drinks, or uses drugs. It is never too early to talk to your child about substance abuse. Schools teach kids to say no to drugs, but it's what the parents do that counts the most. This has been Stella Benson with a message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
As we continue here on our Erie Insurance pregame show, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into this particular region since 2012 when softball was introduced as not just a club sport, but an actual sanctioned sport in the NDHSAA. The first state title went to Enderlin Maple Valley since 2012, but the team that has won the most is Central Cass with 5 of them, including the last 3 tournaments that were played. Now, in 2020, that state tournament was not happening because of COVID, but the Squirrels won their first in 2013, 2015, 18, 19, and 2021. Then Kindred Richland is behind them with 3 state titles in second all-time, 2014, 16, and 17. An awfully good region that includes Central Cass and Hillsboro-Central Valley here today. Hankinson, Fairmount, Rossell, Campbell, Tinta, and Lidgerwood. Will get you more of a geography map for that co-op a little bit later on. Northern Cass, Enderlin, and Kindred Richland. So if you can get out of Region 1 and make it to a state tournament, you're going to go through a gauntlet of a schedule. And as we've seen in softball the last handful of years, we actually get to have more of region tournaments now as you would in baseball, as you would in basketball and company. So if you can get out of this region, you're going to have a really good chance to win state, and that's all that's happened so far. But teams from out west have gotten a little bit better over time as well. It's been fun to see the sun out today, mid-50s, can't complain for a May spring day. And we come back after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll get to our starting lineups here. It's the Burros and the Squirrels. It's Region 1 softball on your live events.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart. East of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro has Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders on the lot. The 405 model is trailer-mounted self-filling unit featuring and equipped with the auto conveyor. One-click dispense. Quite a feature. You'll enjoy it on your farm. And the 375 is on trailers or skid-mounted models available. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro. You can reach Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry 218-368-7989. Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders from Bloomfield Enterprise, Hillsboro.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we return here on our Irie Insurance pregame show, opening pitch is scheduled for around 4:30 here at the bottom of the hour. Let's get to now our starting lineups, which today are brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar, as the Central Cass Squirrels are taking their infield. Fans at American Crystal Sugar live the sweet life with great careers, a quality product, grower owned. For more information, go to crystalsugar.com. For the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, Peyton Quam, a center fielder batting leadoff, a freshman. You have Kaylee Kittleson, the shortstop, a freshman batting second. Batting third is Hurd at first. A senior cleanup is Hattlestead, the third baseman, and a freshman. Vice behind the plate, the junior batting fifth. You have Closey, the pitcher, batting sixth. Then Onis Catherine, a second baseman sophomore. The designated player of Rachel Barnett. You have Kritzberger, the right fielder, and then Leesburg, the left fielder here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. So when the Burros are in the outfield, Leesburg at left, Quam in center, Kritzberger in right, Hurt at first, Onis at second, Kittleson at short, Hattlestead at third, and Weiss is behind the plate with Closey here in the circle. Corey Erickson, the coach for the Burros. On the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels, Tory Richter will be the starting pitcher, batting leadoff, the junior here for the Squirrels. Riley Holzer batting second, the shortstop senior. You have Miss Sinner, the third baseman, a junior, batting third, with Payton Nelson, the first baseman, batting cleanup, and a senior. Fletchock batting fifth, with Severson sixth. You have Camry Nelson, the right fielder, seventh. Paige Wixco, the designated sophomore player here today. You have Barbara Pranty, the catcher, and Prochnow is more of the flex and the right fielder. So when the Squirrels are in the outfield, Severson in left, Prochnow in center, Camry Nelson in right, Payton Nelson at first with Fletchock at second, Holzer at short, Sinner at third. Behind the plate is Pranty, and Tory Richter is in the center circle, with Scott Koss being the head coach here at Scott Koss Field here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Inching closer to the opening pitch here. We'll take one more quick break. When we come back, we'll put our bow on our Irie Insurance pregame show. It's the Squirrels and the Burros. It's Region 1 Softball on your live event.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company.
You're never too young to start saving for your future. Dakota Heritage Bank offers the Grow With Us program. It's a young savers club with various incentives, newsletters, a higher savings rate, bonuses, and more. Contact Dakota Heritage Bank to learn more about the Grow With Us program. Dakota Heritage Bank has locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We very much appreciate all of our sponsors here sticking it out with us in the month of April and May. April, we were barely able to do any games across the Red River Valley, but May, this week and weekend looks really good. If you're a baseball fan, we have the Enderlin baseball tournament for you on your live event on Friday and Saturday. So 7 games Friday, starting at clock at breakfast and baseball early in the morning at 10:30 for Friday. Same thing for Saturday, all the way until late evening. The Burros are going to be down there, Northern Cass, Enderlin, Maple River, Oaks. Harvey Wells County's making the trip down to Enderlin. Hatton Northwood coming down from the northern end of the valley. So the Enderlin baseball tournament, more of a jamboree because no one's going to be a quote-unquote champion and no one's season is going to end, but a mid-season jamboree, we will have that for you as well. Also a reminder, on Thursday, the Squirrels play Northern Cass in a Region 1 softball game. We'll have that for you right here on your live event as well. Josh Boyko and Chase Miller here with you. Josh, final thing here before we get closer to the first pitch. It's just nice to be 50 degrees, sunny skies, and we're playing on turf. So if it was raining, we could probably get the game in anyway, at least with a slight mist.
Yes, it's just great to see softball being played this spring. It's a new season, and these teams are looking to get off to a good start.
The Central Cass Squirrels and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros here. We go to the top of the first inning. We're going to take a quick timeout. We come back after this. We'll get to the first pitch here at Scott Koss Field between the Burros of Hillsboro-Central Valley and alongside the Squirrels of Central Cass here on your live event.
The Erickson Agency in Hillsboro is an independent insurance agency. That means they have access to a number of national and regional companies to find you the best combination of price and coverage for your home, autos, or business insurance needs. They also represent Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Sanford Health for your group or individual health insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. Stop by the office at 502 West Caledonia Avenue or call Lee at 701-636-5852. The Erickson Agency in Hillsboro, a proud supporter of the HCV Burros.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
Cruise on over to Hillsboro Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
As we come back here, our Irie Insurance pregame show is done as they are making the starting lineups for the announcements here for Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, and alongside the Central Cast Squirrels. Chase and Josh with you here today. Josh will be doing a little color. He'll be doing a little camera. He's our utility man, as we like to call him. I'm Chase. He's Josh again. And Josh, the biggest thing is once you get to these kind of games, also it's the first time that we've seen both teams play a back-to-back days. I mean, you played a game, you waited for rain, you played a game, you waited to play, more rain, more snow came. So now all of a sudden you look at it, we're a month to the date from the state softball tournament being taken care of in Fargo. There's going to be a lot of softball for these girls in the next couple weeks.
It's going to be some wear and tear on the arms is what I'm telling you, because there's a lot of softball to be played in the coming months. And it's going to be fun to watch as they try to materialize their season and establish themselves as good teams.
It really will be. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros here, Payton Quam batting leadoff with Hiddleston second and Jillian Hurt, the first baseman. When you take a look at these two teams, a lot of people know Central Cast they associate state titles with. They associate having a chance to really do a really good job of just finding ways to get to a deep postseason run. For the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, the Burros made 3 state tournament appearances, the most in 2019, but a fairly young squad here for the Burros, Josh. When you take a look at the roster, just 2 seniors here for the Burros.
Yeah, a lot of youth in this game for the Burros, and it's going to be important to see them establish some new names into this starting lineup and for the seniors to lead their team.
Jillian Hurt, one of the seniors, a first baseman, and Rachel Barnett, a right fielder, also a senior. Who we're going to see in the circle here today for the Burros will be Serena Closey, the junior. On the opposite side for Central Cast, they got some mashers. We know there's a couple of girls that can hit the deep ball. They have the Bulldogs, I like to call them, from the basketball court. That's Tory Richter, and alongside with Riley Holzer, they're just a little bit everywhere, and we're going to see Richter in the circle here today. But the one thing for Central Cast is over the seasons when they've made their runs to a state tournament, they don't beat themselves, Josh.
Very important in softball, baseball, any sport. You got to keep your composure, minimize the errors to as few as possible. That's going to give yourself the best chance to win each and every game.
Payton Quam batting leadoff, the center field freshman here. First pitch at 4:34 here on this Tuesday. May the 3rd afternoon, and Region 1 softball here. Bunt here comes by Quam. Feeling nicely by Richter. 1 pitch, 1 out as the second baseman Fletcher comes in after Payton Nelson was coming down the line. So 1-4 on the putout. 1 pitch and 1 out as Kittleson will come up to the plate. And we talked about not beating yourselves, and the Burros able to get the bunt down there for Quam. Just went right back to the pitcher, but a good throw by Richter as a swung on and miss here by Kittleson. We always talk about, I think Bert Bylevin, a Minnesota Twins pitcher, always said to Dick Bramer, you know, the pitchers are the greatest in all of sports, and Richter was trying to show it there here in softball as she goes off speed for the strike, and now it's 0-2.
That's a nasty combination. Had her late on the fastball on the first pitch, blew it by her, and then had her out in front of that off speed.
Nobody on, 1 out here, top of the first, and swung on and missed. 3 straight strikes, and for Kittleson, she picks up the first strikeout after Miss Richter able to get out number 2 here of this inning. Talk about working early right now. Barely a minute and a half into this contest, Josh, we got 2 outs.
Very efficient, going outside corner on that last pitch. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Jillian Hurt, the first baseman, one of the 2 seniors here for the Burros, takes up and in for the opening ball by Richter. 5 pitches, 2 outs, 4 strikes here for Tory. That's efficiency early on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to miss low at the knee. Now 2-0 if Hurt is able to get aboard. Hattlestead, the cleanup hitter, due up next for the Burros. Here's a 2-0 offering. That one going to run in, and now 3-0. Central Cass coming after a loss against Kindred Richland yesterday where they led until the Vikings came back in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. That's going to be missing up and in, and a 4-pitch walk. So after 3 straight strikes to Kittleson, Hurt delivers a walk.
Yeah, pitch is not missing by much towards the end of that at bat, so not really a huge cause for concern. Has had good control so far.
Hattlestead takes one in, and 5 straight balls now here by Tory Richter in the center circle. So 1 on, 2 outs here. The Burros trying to have a little 2-out rally going in the top of the first. Swung on and missed. A good-looking swing there by the freshman third baseman. Evens the count at 1-1. That rise ball, you talk about painting corners with the opportunity for, we saw the changeup earlier, but that rise ball, I tell you what, that's tough to lay off. And, well, Hattlestead did a better job that time at a 2-1 count. The one thing here by Richter, she's been able to pitch a good chunk here for the Central Cass Squirrels going back from last season and this year. Part of that 1-2 combination with Payton Nelson, swung on and missed with Hattlestead. Evens the count at 2-2. Runner at first is Hurt. If Hattlestead can climb aboard, Ellie Weiss, the catcher, due up next. Here's a 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Richter with 2 strikeouts after 1 inning of work, and we go to the bottom of the first inning where it's going to be the Squirrels coming to bat here on your live event.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Hillsboro Drug and Gift, your community Health Mart pharmacy, brings you the feel-good savings on your healthcare needs. Keep the allergies at bay with Health Mart Allergy Relief 30-count tablets, just $14.99. Health Mart Ibuprofen 100-count coated tablets, just $3.99. 100-count pack of Health Mart calcium tablets for just $7.49. You can also get a 2-pack of COVID-19 tests for just $15.95 at Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Hillsboro Drug and Gift and Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As we come back here to the bottom of the first inning, the Burros were trying to get a 2-out rally, unable to do so as Richter had her second strikeout. Now the Central Cass Squirrels will send the aforementioned Richter to open things off here in the bottom of the first. On our Bank North scoreboard, we like to thank Bank North for providing our coverage here in Castleton and being the scoreboard sponsor. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their locations, including Castleton, as they offer traditional and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. That's at Bank North. As Closey, Serena made Richter dance onto the plate a little bit there as Richter takes an opening ball. A chance for the old adage, as you hear sometimes, you won't see it in Major League Baseball anymore, a pitcher helping themselves out, especially with the National League going designated hitter. But in softball, hey, you know what? You can help yourself out a ton of the time as a pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike to Richter here. Closey righty on righty. Richter does a nice job seeing that one come through for a ball. The table setters here for Central Cass, without question. Richter and Holzer, they got speed. And then the power comes behind them with Kate Sinner, the third baseman, batting third, and Payton Nelson batting fourth at cleanup here for Central Cass. Here's a pitch. This one jammed her. Going to be a tough play for the catcher, but it's going to roll foul and out of play. As there's going to be a tough play there, for the pitcher as Closey kind of went superwoman style to try to grab that softball. It one-hopped her, and then good job by Weiss and Hattelstead at third and catcher respectively, Josh, to let that one with some backspin, almost like you bought your pitching wedge out here to get that one to come out in foul territory.
Yeah, the defense happy that one did trickle foul and that they didn't touch it before.
2-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Closey gets her first strikeout of the afternoon. Brings up Riley Holzer. That's the one nice thing, though, a beautiful field, Josh. Again, all turf, infield and outfield, so it will have a different bounce than what we would see on the natural dirt. This one foul back, and that'll be an opening strike here to Holzer. You have Grace Fletchock batting fifth here for the Squirrels with Severson sixth. Nelson seventh in right field. Wixo, the designated player. Pranti at catcher, and the flex and right fielder is Prognau here for the Squirrels lineup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Make it now 0-2. Aggressive from both teams early, Josh, from the number 1 and 2 hitters here for the Burros and the Squirrels in this first inning.
Yeah, the batters are offering at these first few pitches here. They're looking to get something to hit over the middle of the plate. Pitchers, they know they're trying to work ahead in the count and take advantage of it.
The 0-2 pitch inside of Holzer, now 1-2. Defensively, you have Leesburg in left field, Quam in center, and Kritzberger in right here for the Burros. Hurt at first, Onis at second, Kittleson at short, Hattelstead at third, and Weiss, part of the battering ram here with Closey in the circle. This one is low, evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes, so for the second straight batter here for the Squirrels, able to work a little bit deeper into the count on Closey. Nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning on your live event, Region 1 softball. 2-2 pitch and strikeout looking. Holzer looked like she was going to off-rat it, then brought the bat back. So a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking here to open up this contest here for Closey in the center circle.
Both these pitchers really going at that outside corner, really commanding really well.
Sinner at third, batting third, takes an opening ball. Taking a look at Sinner, what she's been able to do here for Central Cass, and Payton Nelson here. Sinner, a 2-run walk-off homer on April the 26th on this very field against Hankinson. She's got power. Here's that one that's going to go over the Squirrels dugout up the first base line. Foul, now 1-1. Dangerous part of the lineup as it normally is your 3 and 4 batters. Some teams are made up more of slash hitting. You know, you kind of have that drag bunt style. Others, it's like, hey, get the barrel of the bat on that softball and watch it fly, and Sinner's one of those players, Josh. Here's the 2-2 pitch, trying to get the off-speed pitch, and even Serena's having a little laugh as she looks over into head coach Corey Erickson there, as that one just kind of floated and kept on floating. The ephus, if you could bring that into softball. So we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch to Sinner. That's the backstop for a ball, and another at bat here where the Squirrels have been able to get some pitches. Another 2-2 count upcoming here for Central Cass. Closey looking in here, and the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. It's going to one-hop the catcher. Weiss has to go to first to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down. Striking out the side is Closey. After 1 inning complete here in Castleton, it's scoreless with the Burros coming to bat next here on your live events.
The Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsboro Vets Club is cheering for the Burros and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck, Burros, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game. Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
As we're back here in Castleton on our Bank North scoreboard, Ellie Weiss takes an opening ball to start her at-bat here in the top of the second inning against Richter, and Weiss slaps one up the first baseline foul. As Weiss, Closey, and Onis, the number 5, 6, and 7 batters in this lineup, are due up here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko with you here on your live event. Josh, opening thoughts of a very defensive-minded and really good pitching inning number 1 as Weiss hits a 2-hopper to Fletchock. No problem to Payton Nelson, 4-3 on the put-up.
Yeah, the pitchers have looked really strong so far. The command has been there, and they have swing and miss stuff is what we've seen. Some good hitters, not chasing really, but swinging and missing in the zone. So good pitching thus far.
Closey will come up here. So far for Richter, 2 of her 4 outs have been via the strikeout as she tries to split the plate that time to start this at bat up, but misses up now 1-0. So 1 out here in the top of the second. The Burros with just 1 runner aboard and a little 2-out rally trying to pursue their last half inning. That one in there at the strike at the knee on Closey, now 1-1. Get to the upcoming schedule for both teams here later in the week in a moment. Here is the 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. And what is it about Richter in the upper part of the zone here that's getting the Burros a little off balance, Josh?
It looks really appetizing. You see that coming. Your eyes just light up when you see that ball top third of the zone, even chest high.
The 1-2 pitch, a 1-hopper to center. No problem on our way to first as Nelson goes 5-3 on the putout. So a grounder to Fletchock at second, a grounder to center at third. That would tell you bingo needs to go to Holzer here to finish off the top of the second. We'll see if it happens. But you're going to have Catherine Onis, the second baseman here. A sophomore with 2 outs. Takes a strike, now 0-1 for the Central Camp Squirrels. After today, they'll have another game here on your live event against another rival in softball in Northern Cass at 4:30 on Thursday. Then they'll partake in the Fargo tournament this weekend with games against Velvet, Dickinson, and Beulah. For the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros after today, a game at Enderlin on Thursday. Then they'll host Hankinson a week from today on Tuesday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's low, now 1-2. Good take by the sophomore Onis there not to chase on a 0-2 count. Richter trying to get her third punch out of the afternoon in a pitcher's count. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 6 outs. Richter has punched out 3 of them so far with the Squirrels coming to bat next here on your live event.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and business. Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. Since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devil's Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Macville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
K2 Seeds is pleased to help sponsor this broadcast. At K2 Seeds, we appreciate the hard work, competitive play, and good sportsmanship the Burros present each and every time they compete. Good luck, Burros! From Chad and Cody Kritzberger at K2 Seeds.
In Castleton, at Coast Field here in Castleton, the Central Cache Squirrels will be coming up here with Payton Nelson, Fletchock, and Severson, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. First, second, and left fielder here as Closey is on for her second inning of work in the circle. First pitch missing on the outer part of the plate. Now 1-0. Payton Nelson. This girl can hit him on the deep ball and far. Speaking of this facility, the Shields Softball All-Star Series will be coming here in June, and we will have the festivities here as this one goes down the right field line for a base knock by Nelson on the inside outswing. Nelson rounds first, on her way to second. They're trying to get a triple here. The relay throw not going to be in time. It's a stand-up triple here for Payton Nelson. First hit of the game, Nelson, Josh, just a good inside-out swing there, and by the time the right fielder Kritzberger got down there, there's a lot of real estate in that right field room, and Nelson was able to get to third.
Yeah, a really good swing there, not trying to do too much with that ball, just slapping it the other way, and you have got a lot of room to run when you punch one down the corner like that.
That one going to be away from the catcher, Vice, but Nelson's going to stay put now 1-0, so back-to-back batters here to start the second inning for the Squirrels, where they will have working with a batter's count. We mentioned the Shields Softball All-Star Series in Castleton. Around 4:30 will be some of the festivities, and 6:30 will be the game. We will have that for you here on your live event as well, part of our Summer All-Star Series coverage. Fletchock takes a ball, so she works with a 2-0 count here as the infield is in for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, with the outfield playing straight away. Runner at third is Nelson. Closey has to try to work out of a jam here and misses low, and Fletchock doing a really good job of saying, you got to throw something across the zone for me to try to hack at this one.
Yeah, I mean, really good plate discipline. When you see a runner at third base and no one out, you're thinking, I'm driving this run in. So good patience thus far.
Closey off speed misses out of the zone as Vice has to come up from her catcher position. A 4-pitch walk. It's the first walk of the afternoon for the Squirrels. Now runners at first and third with no out here, as a third batter coming to the plate here in the second is Miss Severson. Taylor, the left fielder, here with runners at the corners. Fletchock does have some speed, so the Burros will have to be cognizant there here. As Closey looks in to Vice. And there goes the runner. They're going to flip back the throw to third. That'll be past the third baseman, and that'll allow the runner from third to come on in. So Payton Nelson will come in from third. Fletchock goes to second, and now no outs and a new score. It's the Squirrels up by 1.
Yeah, they tried the back pick play there because you move the runner with the first and third less than 2-out situation. And they tried to back pick to third base, weren't on the same page, throws a little bit errant, and the run can score.
We mentioned it earlier how the Squirrels don't beat themselves. We saw Richter do a really good job to start the game, feeling her position, but the Burros there allow the Squirrels to have a run. And the problem right now for the Burros is there's still nobody out here on the bottom of the second, so an opportunity with a really good speedy runner at second base as well with Fletchock to try to add on to it and put a crooked number up here in the second inning. As already working with a 3-0 count now for the second straight batter is Severson.
A little trouble throwing strikes after that leadoff triple now.
As Closey misses the zone, it gets by Vice, the catcher, for a moment. Fletchock tries to come in, and she's out. So the third baseman was covering. Hattlestead was able to get there, and the question is going to be, was she able to beat it, or is there interference? And I believe they're going to say there's interference on the third baseman, now allowing the runner there from Fletchock to try to slide in properly. Kind of had her foot out there, and Hattlestead didn't try to do it on purpose, but the problem is he take the out off the board, and now there's runners at the corners. So back-to-back walks here so far for the Squirrels. You have a triple and a pair of walks with runners at the corners and nobody out, and coming up is Nelson. Camry looks to bunt. The runner from first goes to second. The catcher Weiss going to airmail one to left field again. The runner from third.
That's been to the corner now.
Fletchock is coming in. Also coming in from first is Severson. And the Squirrels have taken advantage of a couple of errors right now as Corey Erickson's going to come out and talk to the Burros. A tough one, Josh, is this is the old adage. If you're Corey, you're saying, hey, you know what? Everything's clear. There's no outs. There's nobody on. But really, we've just kind of beaten ourselves so far here, allowing 3 runs coming across the board so far in this inning.
Yep, the 2 base on balls with nobody out, that's always going to come back to bite you later in the inning typically. And with the speed that has been shown on the bases so far, and when you get first and third, less than 2 outs, you're going to be running that runner to second base, trying to make something happen. And it's really unforced errors from Hillsboro so far. A couple balls thrown into left field that's put the Squirrels on top.
So new score again. It's going to be 3-0 Central Cass after a pair of errant throws by Weiss that went over the third baseman's head there of Hattelstead. And then unfortunate there, the left fielder, Leesburg, just wasn't able to cut off the last throw quick enough. 1 run would have came in, but not the second. Instead, there's nobody on here in a 1-1 count after the swung on and missed here by Camry Nelson. So triple to start this inning with Nelson, and then a pair of walks with Fletchock and Severson. So 3 up and 3 in so far for the Squirrels, and Nelson will try to add on to it here with a 1-1 count. That one's going to be in there for a strike, now 1-2.
Good mound visit, got Closey back in the zone, on point now in this next at-bat.
Wixo due up next, the sophomore designated player for the Squirrels. This one going to be a tough play as it kind of went into almost up the first base dugout. And we'll do it all over again here for Camry Nelson. So the 1-2 pitch up coming here with the Squirrels leading 3-0 on your Bank North scoreboard in the top of the second. Closey in the first, too. She struck out the side. 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down. This one popped straight up, and Josh, hope you have car insurance. I'm kidding. The parking lot's a little ways away here, which is probably appropriate. Put it next to the football field, not so much next to the baseball and softball field.
Smart design. Smart design.
But Closey, again, if you're just joining us, struck out Richter, Holzer, and Sinner to start this contest off here. It's been a completely night and day kind of different second half here, and I think you hit it right off the bat, Josh, saying just unable to find the zone as she was finding it enough in that first inning.
Yeah, Central Cass, really, they did work the count in the first inning, even though they came up empty with the 3 punch-outs, but they made her work through about 15 pitches, and the K there, got her working and a little bit out of control in this next inning.
So 4 strikeouts now for Closey. She's done all of the damage in the circle so far, but coming up is Wixo here with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. This one going to be fouled straight back.
Good cut on that first pitch of the at-bat.
So 0-1 here for the sophomore Wixo. The designated player here as we're getting close to start to look back on the top of the lineup here in a moment for Central Cass. If Wixo can get aboard, then all of a sudden, Richter's not too far away as this one's fouled straight back again, almost a carbon copy of strike number 1, now 0-2.
Yeah, Wixo's right on that pitch right there. It's in the zone for a long time and just under with the barrel of the bat right there. See if she can't straighten one out.
Closey, we'll see if she can get her 5th punch out, maybe make Wixo chase a little bit. Instead, this one down in the dirt now, 1-2, or we should say turf technically here. Down in the turf. By the way, again, softball, we've seen this sport just explode over the past decade in North Dakota, but also you got these type of diamonds. A lot of this one, good eye on the way by Wixo, evens the count at 2-2. But very fortunate, especially with where we are in the Red River Valley. If you got some snow, you can kind of push it off to the side a little bit. Got some rain. As long as it's not a big deluge, you can have a chance to play. But perfect day here in Castleton. That one makes the count full. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the second. The Squirrels so far with 3 runs across. After an 0-2 count, Wixo makes the count full, the payoff pitch, and she'll earn the walk. The third walk and the first two of this inning came in, and Wixo will see what they do across the way as Barbara Pranty, the catcher, will come up here for Central Cass.
It got ahead, I believe it was 0-2 in that at bat. That's looking like they're just trying to nibble around the zone, get that chase, being too perfect onto the corner, and just not able to locate it.
Wixo takes a nice lead off of first, but stays there. Opening strike to Pranty. We've already seen Scott, the head coach here for Central Cass, already apply some pressure to the Burros defense, and it's worked out so far. Here's the 0-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Now 0-2. So the Central Cass Squirrels right now, no balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first base again is Wixo. And the pitch. That one in the dirt. This will allow Wixo to go from first to second and gain another 60 feet of real estate. More importantly for the Squirrels, another runner here in scoring position.
Wasn't really a bad pitch right there. It'll probably go down as a passed ball.
1-2 now with 1 out as Closey will look for another strikeout here with a runner in scoring position. Instead, another one that runs in now evens up the count at 2-2. And all of a sudden, you look who's coming up. Well, you're going to have Miss Tory Richter and the top of the order up for Central Cass. I'd much like to see out number 2 on there instead of 1. This one is a ground ball to short. Kittleson unable to come up with that cleanly and getting aboard as Pranty. Wixo will stay put at second, but now runners at first and second with the ever-dangerous Tory Richter coming to the plate. And we'll get a courtesy runner coming in here for Central Cass as the Squirrels will have a new runner aboard here. And Richter has a chance to help her own cause up.
Who's ever doing the scoreboard? We're only in the second inning.
That one in there for a strike. Now 0-1. As Mitchell will be the courtesy runner here for Central Cass. Richter struck out her last time up in the bottom of the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one hit and popped up to left field. Leesburg able to glove that one, and now there's 2 down. So a big second out for Closey and the Burros, but Riley Holzer comes up and try to do some 2-out damage here for Central Cass. The 8th batter so far in this half inning for the Squirrels coming to the plate.
And this is the dangerous part of the lineup right here, so very important for Closey to get this 3rd out.
Holzer, just like Richter, first pitch early in the count swinging. Now 0-1.
Been very consistent, Central Cass. They're hunting that first pitch and looking to do some damage with it. We've seen a couple fly balls out to the left side now, and they're looking to pull this ball and do some damage.
This one going to get past Weiss as the runner from second goes to third in Wixo. So does the runner at first, gains an extra 60 feet there in Mitchell. So the Squirrels been able to do enough on the base pass here today. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. If there is some wind, kind of more from right to left field from the fair foul pole here. So if you're going to hit one to right, really got to try to crank one out a little bit more here this afternoon. Holzer with a 1-1 count. Takes it low now.
That was in there.
Excuse me, in there for a strike. Now 1-2. So Closey one good pitch away from getting out of this inning and limiting it to 3 runs on the opposite side. Holzer, if she gets one into the outfield, could be 2 more coming across. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Good eye by Holzer, makes the count full at 2-2. Closey looking for her 5th strikeout of the afternoon here and trying to get the Burros to the bat. That one going to get away from Weiss, the runner. Wixo coming in from third. She slides in safely, and this will allow the runner at third base. Mitchell, she will stay there here. And they're going to award Mitchell coming in home as that one went all the way, I believe, into the dugout there. So that's going to allow the runner from second going to third, and then getting in as well. So Wixo comes in, and the runs have all been plated via just some more miscues from the Burros here for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Yeah, ball just deflecting off the glove of the catcher, Vice. An unfortunate bounce.
As Holzer takes another walk here in this half inning for the Squirrels. This is going to be their fourth walk of the inning, and still a runner on now with Sinner at the plate. The ninth batter coming up here for Central Cass in a game that started a half hour ago. Holzer, she's got the wheels, and we've seen Scott Costigan put it on, and that one's going to one-hop the catcher, Vice. No problem on her way to second. It's going to be Holzer, and working ahead in the count is Sinner, now 1-0. Payton Nelson due up next, and they would bat around from start to finish here for the Squirrels at that number 4 spot in the lineup. 1-0 offering on the way here to Sinner. This one is going to be a tough play for Kittleson. She comes in. Did they hold the foot at first? They said not. Hurt was unable to do so. And the umpires will come on and talk about it, as the far one was at the shortstop spot, and they're going to say it is an out instead. So fortunate for the Burros, they go 6-4 on the put-up, but not before 5 runs come across on a handful of errors. Just 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the third inning with a new score here. It's the Squirrels leading it 5-0.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And for the first time today, the Squirrels will go back on the field with a lead, up 5-0 on your Bank North scoreboard here, as Rachel Barnett, the designated player, a senior, steps in. She takes an opening strike with Richter. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-1 here at the top of the third inning in Castleton. Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko with you here for Region 1 softball. We'll be back out here on Thursday as well with your live event, as the Squirrels will tangle with the Janks. One missing low, now 2-1 is the bottom of the order here for the Burros. And a run or two here by HCV would help kind of even out some things. They got down early to Enderlin yesterday. Good rip by Barnett, but a better pitch by Richter on the spot makes it 2-2. The Burros, again, back and forth early with Enderlin. Then they erupted in the 4th and 5th inning for the 10-run rule yesterday in Hillsboro. 2-2 pitch inside and 3-2. Good at bat here by Rachel.
Yeah, some disciplined takes. That pitch on the outside corner before, that was going to be a strike, and she offered a good swing at it. Full count.
Here's the payoff pitch by Richter. Swung on and missed, and Richter gets her 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Back-to-back case here by Richter, as the Burros will be setting up Kritzberger to the plate. The right fielder, an 8th grader here for the Burros.
That ball's got some good velocity, still has the hitters late.
So 1 out here. 1 missing low, now 1-0. What have you liked from Richter so far this afternoon, Josh?
I mean, the location that she's been able to pinpoint that rise ball on. As we see her paint the inside corner now, haven't seen as much of that. It's been a lot of staying away from the hitters and staying up in the zone, getting them to light up when they see that top third pitch.
Here's the 1-1 offering, and Richter will field her position, fires it back to first to Payton Nelson. It'll be 1-3 on the putout, and we'll get the top of the order coming up with Peyton Quam. 2 up, 2 down here in Quam. Well, she tried to bunt her last time up, and it went right back to Richter. Instead of jumping, Richter had to come in a couple of steps there and fire one over to Nelson that was covering at, Fletchock covering the second baseman. As Sinner and Nelson will try to take the bunt up either the first and third baseline away. So then the second baseman, Fletchock, did a good job of covering there. As Quam hits a 2-hopper to Holzer, gets down to a knee, goes to first for the putout. Nice defensive gem by Riley Holzer at short. 6-3, and after 2.5, it's the Squirrels coming to bat as they are currently up 5-0.
When you need seed for your farm, contact Rocky Nedham. Nedham Seeds in Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Wheat varieties include LCS Trigger, LCS Rebel, AgriPro, SY Velda. Nedham Seeds also has barley seed and Seedex sugar beet seed, plus Pioneer corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed. Wheat, barley, corn, soybean, sunflower, alfalfa, and sugar beet seed. Nedham Seeds, Caledonia, 701-430-1149.
As we go to the bottom of the third inning, let's get to our Ryan Opdahl Agency in-game update here. Ryan Opdahl Agency of Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-5777 for your insurance requests. Visit with Ryan Opdahl. And if you're just joining us, Tory Richter been pretty good so far in the center circle. 3 innings, 4 Ks, 1 walk, 0 hits. On the opposite side, it's been a tale of 2 innings, 3 up, 3 down, all via the strikeout for Closey. But then all of a sudden, in the bottom of the second, Josh, 4 walks, a bevy of errors, and the Squirrels took advantage. And their only hit was to start it off with the triple by, well, who's coming to the plate in Payton Nelson in the bottom of the second. That is our Ryan Opdahl Agency in-game update here as the Squirrels lead it 5-rip. Big crooked number in the second as Nelson takes one low. Now 1-0. Nelson with a run scored, a triple so far today. In the bottom of the third inning, that one missing to the backstop. Now 2-0. Nelson, Fletchock, and Severson, the 4, 5, and 6 batters are scheduled up in the bottom of the third inning. And Josh, we were talking about Richter last half inning, what she's done so efficient here. I'll ask you a question about Closey after this pitch here to Nelson. That one missing in, now 3-0. What was the difference in, a strike, now 2-1. What was the difference in your mind from inning number 1 to inning number 2 for Closey in the circle here, Josh?
It just seemed like she got a little bit rattled after that leadoff triple, and she struck out the side in the first inning as she gets back in the zone here. Evens up the count at 2, but she was trying to maybe be a little bit too perfect, trying to locate on the corners like she did in the first inning, but it seemed like she was doing it effortlessly in the top of the first.
Here's the 2-2 offering by Closey. That one missing out of the zone, now 3-2, and you mentioned it earlier too, that the Squirrels, even in the first, even though they had 3 strikeouts, they were able to take 5, 6 pitches and try to see what Closey was working with here this afternoon. 3-2 pitch, and well, there's walk number 5 for the Squirrels as Nelson gets aboard for the second time today. Fletchock and Severson are coming up behind her, and they walked her last time up in the bottom of the second. So Fletchock, righty versus righty here with Closey. Hattlestead at third, Kittleson at short, Onus at second, and Hurt at first here for the Burros. Staying put is going to be Fletchock as she works ahead in the count. In left field is Leesburg, Quam in center, and Kritzberger in right here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Here's the 1-0 offering by Closey. That one missing out of the zone now 2-0 as Nelson takes a little lead off of first. I think the one thing you could say as well, if there's a storyline, the Squirrels applying the pressure on the Burros defense in that second inning really went a long way too, Josh.
Yeah, so now they've got some runners on the base paths, and we'll see them off here at the pitch to the backstop.
As going from first to second base is going to be Nelson on the wild pitch. Now 3-0 to Fletchock, and frankly, Fletchock took a 4-pitch walker last time up, and she has a chance to do it here in the bottom of the third. Still to come on our post-game show, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, RDK Enterprises Precision Play as well. That's all still to come. That is walk number 6, back-to-back walks to open up this particular inning, and because it went to the backstop, that'll allow the runner, Nelson, go from second to third. So Fletchock gets aboard for her second time as Severson walk with a run scored back in the last half inning in the second, and it kind of feels like monkey see, monkey do all over again here in the bottom of the third. Runners at the corners. Severson looks to bunt that one up the first base line and work behind the count at 0-1. Allowing the runner at first, and Fletchock, her last time up, she went to second, and Weiss threw down to Hattelstadt where Nelson was. That one into left field, and that allowed the runner from third and Nelson to score. So we'll see if that play gets put on again here by the Squirrels. And Fletchock, she'll, well, scamper down to second this time, just no one's going to cover. Smart play by Weiss just to give it right back to closing the pitcher. Working behind the count now, 0-2 is Severson here, but with runners in scoring position. It's been all Squirrels in this one, and a better block by Weiss behind the plate there. Now 1-2. I guess you could say effectively wild a little bit for Closey, right, Josh? As long as she's close enough, she's been allowed the Squirrels hitters to, nibble a little bit, but then we've seen some that go to the backstop and a one-hopper there, which Central Cass done a good job of not swinging at those pitches. That one going to strike her out, so the fifth strikeout of the afternoon for Closey, and 1 out now in the bottom of the third.
Nelson.
Nice job by Closey there, working at the knee, pulling a little off speed. Camry Nelson comes up 0-1 with a strikeout back in the second. Infield playing in here for the Burros in the bottom of the third. That one missing on the outer part of the plate now, 1-0. The Squirrels have taken advantage with not too many hits today. I mean, it's just been the triple. Other than that, it's been a bunch of walks. Been able to get aboard with some efficiency as that one's hit to left, and that one's going to die for the second base hit. One run is in. Nelson's in. Fletchock rounding third. She's on her way in and trying to go for the stand-up triple. That's Camry Nelson, and she's in there. A bases-clearing triple here for the Squirrels as they plate 2 more runs across and now lead it 7-0. Just like that, when you say you only have one hit, the old announcers jinx, some people would call it. Nelson able to get all the way to third, and a bases clearing shot at that, Josh.
Yeah, the thing about this job, it's one of the unique positions you can speak things into existence sometimes.
HCV still playing with the infield in here. And good block by Weiss to keep that around the batter's box area with Nelson again at third and Wixo at the plate. Wixo working with a 1-0 count.
Walked and scored in her last at bat.
We've seen Central Cass hit a triple down the right field line. We see him hit one down the left field line. Give credit to Leesburg as she was trying to make a play. That one missing out. Now 2-0, but once it got by Leesburg down the line, the softball just kept on going, which allowed everyone to come in and Nelson to scamper to third, and Wixo quickly working with a 2-0 count.
I think with this turf field, that ball's going to keep skipping and moving a lot faster than the grass would have allowed it to.
Wixo hits one behind first. A tough play for anybody up the first base line, kind of Bermuda's triangle there, but the Burros will take it for a loud strike. Now 2-1 the count to Paige Wixo. A walk with a run scored in the second, and for the Central Cass Squirrels, this is the 5th batter to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning as they lead it 7-0. Wixo and Closey. Closey looks into Weiss in the 2-1 pitch. That one going to miss. Now 3-1 with Pranty due up next here for Central Cass. Closey looks in the 3-1 offering And that one's going to miss for a ball and another walk. Walk number 7 of the afternoon here for Closey. And now you have runners at the corners with one out.
There's the catcher, Barbara Prenti.
With Prenti coming up next, and always fun kind of when you have two softball fields next to each other. You might hear screaming on one side for the JV side and screaming on the other side for varsity as well. A reminder, this is a 2-point game, so a big contest in terms of the Region 1 standings a little bit later on, with the Region 1 softball tournament going to be played in Hillsboro at the end of the month. Running from first to second is Wixo. Staying at third is Nelson. As Vice just closes it back to the pitcher, and the Burros will have one out here, bring the infield in yet again. Prenti was able to reach her last time up and score. Now a 1-1 offering here to the number 9 batter in the Central Cass lineup. Region 1 this season, Central Cass, Hankinson, Fairmount, Rossholt, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood in that co-op. Here's the 1-1 offering. That one's popped straight up. A chance, or is it going to go out of play? And it's going to go right on top of us here at the press box, so that'll be out of play now, 1-2.
I was ready, but, you know, this net and roof above us are preventing us from catching any foul balls today.
They always say bring your glove to the ballpark, right, Josh? Because you're never
do.
sure of what you're going to find. But where we are, I think we're okay.
Yes.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Prenti. That one is laced to center field. Qualm comes in, and that's going to be off her glove. One run's coming in from third is Nelson. They're going to hold up the runner from second, and Prenti smartly goes from first to second, and a run comes in. Qualm tried to close it off in right center field. It kind of snow-coned off of her a little bit, as we'll have a courtesy runner yet again for Prenti. So Nelson comes in. Wixo right now at second. And then it looks like Mitchell back on to run one more time here for the Squirrels. And Richter comes to the plate, an 8-0 score. And the Squirrels, all of a sudden you look up a couple more runs. We could be talking about the mercy rule here in softball a little bit later on potentially. Richter takes a strike, struck out and a fly out, her first 2 at-bats of the contest. If you're Central Cass again, you're working with the 7th batter to the plate here. And Richter hits one high in the air to center field. Leesburg and Qualm. Leesburg will take it, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly for Richter. She gets the RBI, and another one comes across the plate. It's now 9-0 Squirrels. 2 outs in the bottom of the third, but tell you what, Josh, Richter just did a nice job of just finding one that she could hit up in the air, elevate, and have a productive at-bat.
Absolutely. Productive out's important. Maybe not as prevalent in a game with a score like it is right now, but for at-bats down the road, that's a confidence builder for Richter.
This one gets past the catcher off the glove of Vice. That'll allow Mitchell to scamper from second to third, and also Holzer works ahead in the count. Now 1-0. Holzer 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk today. She can deliver a base knock here, can make it a 10-rip game for Central Cass. That one hit in the air to right field as Kritzberger and Qualm is there, and Qualm will get that one to retire the side, but not before the Squirrels will be able to plate 4 runs across. As we go to the top of the 4th with a new score, the Squirrels lead it by 9.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter, planter, and precision planting software repairs and update. This includes monitoring and control systems, all to help improve your planting, which means improved profits. It pays to plant with precision with RDK Enterprises. Locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota, planterdoc.com, or call 701-636-2119.
On our Bank North scoreboard in Castleton, it's 9-0 Central Cass over Hillsboro-Central Valley. Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko, and let's have Josh take it for the next couple innings here, my man.
All right, 3 shutout innings today on the mound from the Squirrels with Tory Richter missing up there. Richter's had a dominating performance, letting the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros put the ball in play, but the defense playing well behind her, getting outs. 1-1 pitch, slap to second base, nice backhand. Throw to first is in time. Fletchock with the 4-3 putout to lead off the inning and 1 down. It'll bring up Jillian Hurt, the first baseman.
Really good play by Fletchock, kind of going away from her glove side there as well to make that backhanded snap and get the early out.
Cut on and missed by Hurt. The high heat from Richter. Working ahead in the count, 0-1. Down the middle, a strike. 0-2 now to the first baseman, Jillian Hurt. Walked on 4 pitches in her first plate appearance. Got to toughen up here on the 0-2 count. And fouls one straight back. Good cut.
Good job by Hurt. You mentioned about taking the walk in the first. That was a 4-pitch walk as well. So all of a sudden, Richter goes, this time I'll play ahead in the account.
Hurt, the only base runner for the Burros thus far, and she is rung up inside corner. Richter picks up another punch out, her 5th of the afternoon. Backwards K for Richter.
Yeah, she had Hurt a little confused on that one as that one came in on the inner part of the plate, and Hurt just wasn't expecting that nice delivery by Richter.
Carsey Hattlestead in the batter's box. Takes up for ball 1. Hattlestead, the third baseman, struck out in her first plate appearance.
And it's crazy to think, too, Josh. It's May the 3rd, but combined, this is just the 9th game combined for these 2 teams this season. It's crazy to think.
Cut on a miss. Great location, down and away with the fastball. Two and 1. Byer bat again, 2-2 to Hattlestead. Just a lot of swing and miss from both sides, really, in this game. But Hillsboro-Central Valleys, they've had some good cuts, just a little bit late on Richter's stuff. But not that time, out in front with the off-speed pitch. And Tory Richter picks up her 6th punch out to conclude the top half of the inning. 9-0 Central Cass. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
Reed Insurance, Terry Reed and Julie Larson, serving you with homeowners, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail. They're here to help you with the insurance you need. Located in the Wright Implement Building in Hillsboro, call Julie or Terry today at Reed Insurance, 701-636-5471. Visit with Terry Reed and Julie Larson for the insurance coverage you need. You can depend on Reed Insurance. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro has Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders on the lot. The 405 model is trailer-mounted self-filling unit featuring and equipped with the auto conveyor. One-click dispense. Quite a feature. You'll enjoy it on your farm. And the 375 is on trailers or skid-mounted models available. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro. You can reach Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry 218-368-7989. Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders from Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro.
And we're back 9-0. Squirrels on top. Nearing that 10-run rule mark as we are in the bottom of the 4th right now. Back to the mound is Closey, and she misses outside to center to lead off the bottom of the 4th.
Vice has really had to work a lot behind the plate so far, making sure she's got her catcher's equipment held in check here against a really, really good hitter in center.
grounded out to short in her last at bat, and she fouls it straight back to even the count at 1.
Mentioned last half inning, Josh, the Burros haven't put anything past the outfield. On the Squirrels, we've seen a little bit more in the second and third, able to get something of a sacrifice fly or able to get something hit hard a little bit more compared to the first inning.
Shaving the inside corner was Closey. Now ahead 1-2 of Sinner, 0 for 2. Takes outside to even up the count at 2 now. A number of walks from Closey in the last 2 innings after having a really good first inning, and now she runs the count full.
7 walks by Closey, and it's all been in the second and third. And the Squirrels just, hey, if you're going to get a walk, you give them an error or two, they're going to take advantage. And, credit Central Cass, they've really made the Burros pay for those miscues as we see another walk here by Sinner.
The 8th walk in the last 2+ innings for Serena Closey. Payton Nelson, the big triple that really started everything. Back in the bottom of the second inning, she led off, poked one down the right field line into the corner. She would eventually score along with 4 other Squirrels in that bottom half of the inning. She takes a cut and fouls it off to the right side, 0-1 count.
And Payton Nelson, she's been able to show you she can do a little bit of everything today, in terms of her defense, what we've seen at first, but also the ability, that inside out swing to take that one, as you mentioned, Josh, up the right field line.
This one missing low. Has scored in both trips around the bases this afternoon. The triple to lead off the second and the walk in the third. Closing missing outside. That's where a lot of the misses have been for Closing, not missing inside to the righty a lot. It's a lot of the catcher having to reach across her body. This ball's flied into right field and put away. Nice play defensively. Kritzberger out there in right field.
That's one where you just kind of go back and you just missed it from giving it a little bit more of a line than that pop out or fly out there. But still, if you're Central Cass, it's crazy to think it's still early in the season just because you haven't gotten enough live pitching in terms of games. So able to get these rips and able to have an opportunity.
This ball skips away from Weiss, and down to second goes Sinner.
Central Cass, Josh, they've already put up 14 runs against Enderlin, 9 against Hankinson, 7 against Kindred, 5 against Kindred yesterday. So early on this season, their bats have been there for the Squirrels through 4.5 games.
Another miss outside. 2-0 count to Grace Fletchock.
The opposite side for Hillsboro-Central Valley, after they play today, they'll play Enderlin again. Enderlin, they won by 10 yesterday, but Enderlin had a couple of girls at a track meet that weren't there. Genevieve Gruba was one of them, one of their better hitters, so we'll see how the Burros fare now going to Enderlin later this week. But the Burros young team we mentioned in our pregame show, just 2 seniors for this Corey Erickson-led Burro club.
This ball hit down the right side will find the grass in foul territory. Fletchock had the green light, swinging 3-0. Runner on second is Sinner. And a strike down and away in the zone. Great pitch, great location. And you could hear Corey Erickson saying that was a really good pitch, giving some affirmation, really liking that spot. And Kaiser up on the inside corner. Fletchock goes down looking And after a 3-0 count, Closey comes back to strike out Grace Fletchock. 2 down now in the bottom half of the 4th and looking to escape the inning with no damage done after the leadoff walk.
That's a dangerous run at second again with that 10-run rule. So, right now the Burros want to keep that there at second base, try to come up in the 5th, get some bats up going on the opposite side. If Severson can knock one into left or right field here, all of a sudden Central Cass can find a way to shorten the game from a 7 to a potential 5-inning game here.
Cut on and missed. Good location on the outside corner. That's where she's been trying to go a lot of these pitches that are missing even further out.
Closey, 6 strikeouts, Josh. She's been efficient that way, but like we said, kind of wildly efficient at times because 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. 8 walks, excuse me.
Cut on and missed up in the zone. Got a chase out of Severson, who struck out looking in her last at bat. Severson in the first one of those 8 walks. This ball's fouled back and out of play. Severson came around on that walk to be one of the 5 runs plated in the 2nd inning. Cut on and missed, outside corner, a much better inning for Serena Closey. 9-0 as we head to the 5th inning. It's all Squirrels.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield and all Delta dental insurances. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro. For when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires, or need tire repair, visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum, thank you for your business, and they look forward to continuing to serve you at Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro.
Welcome back to Cost Field, where it is 9-0. Central Cass on top of Hillsboro-Central Valley. Tory Richter pitching a gem so far, 4 shutout innings and 6 punch-outs this afternoon. She misfires low to the catcher, Ellie Weiss. Chop to third. It'll be fouled by inches. That last hop kind of really yanked it to foul territory. It looked like it was going to stay fair for a moment. 1-1 count now to Weiss. Takes high.
Just one base runner so far today for HCV via the walk by Hurt, back in the first inning. And Richter's just done a really good job today, Josh, of getting ahead of batters.
Not able to get ahead this time, though, in the count on Weiss. 3-1 count. That's the best hitter's count you can have, really, right there. Got to throw one over.
And see if Weiss can take advantage of one. She put one in play to Fletchock her last time up. See if she can get one in the alley.
Instead, she takes ball 4. It'll be the second base on balls given up by Richter in the afternoon. Just the second base runner, has not allowed anyone to first via the hit.
And you love that you got a courtesy runner. The problem is the good old sweatshirt. So not 100% sure on who that might be.
An unidentified runner at first base. Serena Closey, the pitcher for the Burros, now in the batter's box. She squares to bunt. Runner is going to second base and safe as the ball came loose. A close play and a little bit of a collision, awkward head-first entrance to second base.
Tell you what, that was a heck of a throw by Prante, though.
It really was.
That got Holzer right in the mid as the runner was coming in to slide. And, yeah, if Holzer was able to catch that one, we'd be talking about an out instead of a runner in scoring position.
The first pitch of the at-bat was also called a strike, so it's an 0-2 count now with closing in the hole.
And our umpire said 1-1, Josh.
Tap back to the pitcher, quickly over to first base to retire the pitcher Closey, as it was a 1-1 count. 1 out now. That ground ball advances the runner to third base, so a chance with only 1 out to get the runner in for the first score for the Burros potentially this afternoon. Kate Onus in the batter's box, tardy on the fastball.
Actually got a pinch hitter, Megan Ensign.
Ensign making that pinch hit appearance, now taking low for ball 1.
The batter is Megan Ensign.
Missing up, now 2-1.
Ensign, someone who's a third baseman, plays pitcher for Coach Corey Erickson throughout the season. Just a freshman, a bevy of young talent here for the Burros.
Down the middle, a strike from Richter. Gets her back in the count. Ensign looking to plate the first run for Hillsboro-Central Valley. And unable to do so, a high fastball. Trying to protect, but cuts right through it. 7th K for Richter.
Richter's doing a nice job. Got a strikeout at least 1 in every inning so far this afternoon.
Very consistent Richter. Just 2 runners on, both on walks. A lot of swing and miss stuff, and it's been a lot of late swings. Paints the black on the outside corner, 0-2, and she is 1 strike away from getting herself off the field without allowing that walk to come around to score that led off the inning. The 0-2. Cut on and missed, another strikeout. Burnett goes down swinging, and that'll do it for the Burros half of the inning. It is still 9-0 Squirrels.
The days are getting longer, the sun will shine on the fields, and soon the crop will be planted and sprouting. Tim Kazette Seed Sales in Hillsboro, your local Golden Harvest seed dealer, wishes you a safe and successful planting season. Tim looks forward to seeing those black dirt fields rise to green and then shimmer with gold this year. Visit with Tim Kazette Seed Sales about your options and what fits right for you and your field at 701-430-0877. Happy farming from Tim Kazette Seed Sales of Hillsboro.
North Dakota state law requires students attending school to be up to date on immunizations that protect them from life-threatening diseases such as measles, chickenpox, mumps, or pertussis. Trail District Health Unit reminds parents to get your children all the recommended vaccinations for their health and the safety of our community. Contact Trail District Health Unit if you have any vaccination questions or if you would like to schedule an appointment. Call 701-636-4434 for Trail District Health Unit.
A beautiful evening at Cost Field tonight. About 55 degrees out here. Good weather for some softball. And the Squirrels of Central Cass are certainly enjoying tonight as they are up 9-0 and come to bat with the bottom third of the lineup, starting with Camry Nelson taking outside for ball 1.
You just look up and down this order, Josh, it's actually been the mid to the bottom of the order that's done a lot of the damage here this afternoon for Central Cass.
Indeed, always really nice when you can get that bottom third of the lineup to give you production, even though they might not be your main run-scoring production. Swung on and missed. Camry Nelson had a triple in her last plate appearance. came around to score as well. Belted past the gap between short and third, and a big turnaround first from Camry Nelson. She'll hold up with a leadoff single. I'll bring up Paige Wixow with a runner on first, nobody out. Bottom 5.
Crazy thing is the Squirrels only have 4 hits, Josh. They got 9 runs, and 3 of the 4 hits, as we mentioned, have been by the bottom half of the order.
A 2-hit night for Camry Nelson. I think she's the only person that can say that in this entire game.
Corey Erickson's going to come out. I think we might get a new pitcher coming in here, so let's see if that's going to be the case, or if Corey just coming out one more time and trying to settle down his defenses. That's what it might be right now, Josh. Closey, we mentioned, she hasn't given up a lot of hits yet. Just 4, but she's walked 8, struck out 7. And Corey's going to allow Closey to still be in the center circle here.
Pitches starting to add up, but they don't really take as much of a toll here in the softball world. We'll resume with a 1-0 count. Closey working on Paige Wixow. Missing high and away, now 2-0. Camry Nelson at second base after that wild pitch.
Wixow's done a really good job with that number 8 batter, Josh. She's worked, a couple of walks, and that's what you like at the bottom of the lineup here. Just have scrappy hitters, girls that can kind of get those at bats going.
Yeah, she's not giving away any at bats tonight. Taking her time in the batter's box and being patient, waiting for something good to hit. 2-1 now. Closey, the windup, the delivery, and missing a little bit low. Not off by much.
We got Pranty due up next, and she's had herself a really good game with that number 9 spot as well.
Swung on and foul tipped near the plate. Runs the count full at 3-2 now.
Squirrels 5 runs in the second, 4 in the third. It's been where they've been able to do their damage so far.
And that ball gets away. It's a walk. And the runner will advance to third base. That's Nelson now at third.
There's the catcher, Barbara Pranty.
Another base on balls drawn by Central Cass. We'll have runners at the corners, nobody out. Pranty takes a strike, runner not going.
Pranty's reached base both times, been courtesy run for then afterwards, Josh, but still, bottom of the lineup as we mentioned. A single her last time up, reached a board on an error in the second.
Fouled back, and she's in the hole now, 0-2. Have to fight to put together a nice at-bat here.
If you would tell Corey Erickson at the top of the order here for Central Cass would go, let's see, only 2 walks, no hits, sacrifice fly, and 3 strikeouts, I think he would have liked what he would end the result in, but it's just been some of the errors.
This ball is poked into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit, and there is run number 10. And that will do it. The walk-off single from Pranty on the 0-2 pitch.
Well, nicely done, Josh. As you mentioned, the final 10-0 here. So coming up on our post-game show, we'll kind of recap some of the game and get to our some of our highlights in this one as well, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Valley General Store is ready for your business. Valley General Store is open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the intersection of Highway 200 and Highway 75. They can meet many of your needs with hardware, plumbing, electrical, tools, groceries, meat, fresh produce, frozen foods, baked goods, paper products, pet supplies, and other household goods. Check out Valley General Store's Facebook page for the weekly grocery sales flyer. Now open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. It's Valley General Store in Halstead.
Here's another reason why you should contact Mike, Darren, and Tim at Wright Implement Hillsboro. Let them know I said call Wright Implement.
For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Wright Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692. Check out Wright Implement for farm equipment, repair, and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Wright Implement, 701-636-5692.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
As we come back here, the finalists, Central Cass Squirrels win it 10-0 over Hillsboro-Central Valley. Before we get to some of the final stat lines and our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our Precision Play of the Game, brought to you in part by RDK Enterprises here. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you. Josh, what was the biggest thing that you kind of took away from this game in terms of how both teams are just kind of able to play?
Yeah, the season's still young for both of these teams. Central Cass came in and really asserted the dominance with the pitching of Tory Richter. Really set the tone, didn't let Hillsboro-Central Valley get anything going on the base paths, but then the Squirrels themselves on the base paths were kind of running this ball game and forced some unforced errors by Hillsboro-Central Valley, which gave them the early lead.
This is our Halstead Telephone Connection post-game show. Discover local possibilities you can trust at Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect online at halsteadtel.com. Josh, I think the story of the game and maybe on the opposite side as we continue on our post-game show here, talk about the pitching performance by Tory Richter. I mean, she just, early on, she fielded. She was able to do a little bit of everything there in the circle.
Yeah, 5 innings, no hit ball. Only gave up those 2 walks. Really, those were the only blemishes. The control was there. You can live with those 2 base runners really all day long. So really was just consistent around the zone, painting the black.
Let's get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. And Enbridge Energy Line 3 is now finished. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3.us. Easily Tory Richter, I think, in that regard, Josh. But on the opposite side, who is maybe a batter from the Squirrel standpoint that you would kind of give the 1A to, so to speak, on the offensive part of this softball game for Central Cass?
Well, you see Vice came in. She drew one of those 2 walks. She got to first base there and put the ball in play in her first at-bat with that 4-3 ground out. Hit it well, so a couple of quality plate appearances from Ellie Vice, the catcher.
And then for Central Cass, who would be someone that you would give on the Squirrels side for their lineup? Would it be Camry Nelson, a Wixo giving walks? Who would you kind of go for the Squirrels side?
I mean, if you're looking for patience and discipline, you got to go with Paige Wixo. Driving in runs, though, we saw Camry Nelson and Payton Nelson as well. Both of them really showed up at the plate along with a couple others today.
Final thing as we get to our RDK Enterprises precision play for farmers out there waiting to get in the field. RDK Enterprises of Hillsboro and Drayton wants you to have a safe and successful planting season. They're here to provide the customer service and support of your precision plant equipment. Call 701-636-2119 for RDK Enterprises. It pays to plant with precision from RDK Enterprises in Hillsboro and Drayton. RDK Enterprises probably play, and you don't want to go on airs, but I think the story kind of ballooned in the second inning a little bit, Josh, is the Squirrels took advantage of miscues by the Burros defense, which really allowed them to get 5 runs in that inning.
Yeah, I would throw on that Payton Nelson triple to right field. A really quality at bat right there. Not doing too much. Pokes it to right field. That really was the tipping point in this game.
Final thing before we put a bow on this one, as we take a look at just the efficiency. Central Cass, Tory Richter, sacrifice fly, able to help her own self out. Hillsboro-Central Valley, they were just going up against the wrong pitcher a little bit, I think, is the final thing we can say on this segment on our postgame show, Josh.
Absolutely. Richter, she was just on fire today. There was no putting anything past her or her infield today.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go over the final box score and bid adieu from Castleton. Again, your final Central Cass 10, the Burros scoreless here on your live event in Region 1 softball.
Hillsboro, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart. East of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro has Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders on the lot. The 405 model is trailer-mounted self-filling unit featuring and equipped with the auto conveyor. One-click dispense. Quite a feature. You'll enjoy it on your farm. And the 375 is on trailers or skid-mounted models available. Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro. You can reach Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry 218-368-7989. Meridian Manufacturing seed tenders from Bloomfield Enterprise Hillsboro.
As we come back here on your live event, let's take a look at the final box score in this one. The Squirrels 10 runs and just 4 hits, but they had 9 walks, 7 strikeouts here for Central Cass. Hillsboro-Central Valley, no runs, no hits, a handful of errors. Richter was able to plate 8 strikeouts against the Burros and 2 walks. Here's your final line. Miss Quam, 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. You had Kittleson, 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Hurt went 0 for 1 with a K. Couple of Ks for Hattlestead. Weiss went 0 for 1 with a walk. She was able to reach third. Closey was 0 for 2. Onus 0 for 2. Barnett 0 for 2. And Kritzberger was 0 for 1. On the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels, Richter with a sac fly in the third. She would go 0 for 2 with a run driven in. Riley Holzer went 0 for 2 with a walk. And Kate Sinner went 0 for 2 with a walk as well. Payton Nelson went 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Grace Fletchock, 1 at bat. She had a couple of runs across on 2 walks. Taylor Severson went 0 for 2 with 1 run scored back in the second. Camry Nelson, 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 runs driven in, and 3 at bats. Paige Wixo went 0 for 2. Wixo didn't have a plate appearance as she had 3 walks and she had 2 runs. And Pranty, she would have a couple of plate appearances with 2 hits, a run driven in as well. The Central Cass Squirrels on this one improved to 4-1 on the season. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, they will drop to 1-3. On behalf of Josh, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks again to all of our fine sponsors, all those Irie Insurance, Bank North Scoreboard, American Crystal Starting Lineups, Ryan Opdahl Agency, Halstead Telephone Company, Enbridge Energy, RDK Enterprises, and a bevy of others for providing Region 1 softball here today in Castleton. Make sure you go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com to check out our complete schedule of games we have to offer throughout the week. On behalf of Josh, I'm Chase. Again, your final in Castleton. The Squirrels win it 10-0 on the no-hitter by Tory Richter.